Well, thank you to Crafting with All Brands, or Crafting Together with All Brands, sorry, for letting me take part in the hop again this month. And the theme for this month, I need a little drink. The theme for this month is citrus. And I thought nothing says citrus like some killer whales. I thought they're definitely citrus. I know I thought we could do a really nice background with them, and I thought they'd look pretty magnificent. So that's what I'm doing. These stamps are art inspirations, and they're designed by Martina, and they're just amazing. So I'm going to do a little. It could be an art journal page. It could be a card. It can be whatever you want it to be. But that's what I'm working with, and my favourite size to work on for this sort of thing is 5x7. So I've got a piece of super smooth 5x7. I'm not sure what GSM it is, but it's I don't know, 200 and something to 300. No, maybe not 300, maybe about 290, 280, 290, something like that. But it's a nice cardstock, and it takes quite a bit of abuse. So I've got my piece of cardstock, and as usual, I do want to put some extra bits of paper on here, so I'm just gonna grab something from underneath me. I've got some old, excuse my head, I've got some old book pages that will definitely do the job. So I'm just gonna rip some strips. If you've seen me do journal pages before, this is fairly standard procedure for me. Just 3 pieces, I think, will be more than enough, but it just adds a little bit of texture. Right, I'm happy with those there like that. So I'm just going to add some glue and get them stuck down. So there we go. A glue stick is actually ideal for sticking down these sort of little bits and bobs. There we go. But I don't have one to hand because we're coming up to the end of the summer holidays, and my granddaughter has really raided my stash. So yeah, I need to invest in some more glue sticks. So that's nice. So I've just put three little pieces of paper on there, which will just add a little bit of texture, a little bit of interest. That's straight. It doesn't look like much at the moment, but bear with me, and hopefully we'll make it look pretty. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my I've got a little brayer here, and I'm going to take some, these are Dilutions paints. That came out far quicker than I was anticipating. And I'm just going to, use, that one was lemon zest, and this one is Mango Punch, and it's got quite a nice neon thing going on. Now you don't need much of these at all. There we go. I'm just getting it on my brayer, and then I'm getting a little layer on my bit of cardstock. There, I like that. We've added a little bit of texture and a little bit of colour. So that's our second layer really, isn't it? Because we put the paper scraps on there. And now we've added the braid paint, which I really like. Just getting rid of any excess on there because I use my brayer to help me stamp, so I don't want to end up putting paint on things I don't want paint on. Right, so I think we're looking very citrusy so far. I like the look of that. Then I'm going to take this stencil, which if you have watched my last video, I think, I'm not sure, but at least in the last couple of things I've done, I've used this stencil because I really, really like it. So I use it a lot. Right, I'm gonna pop. What am I gonna pop? I'm gonna pop some. This is fossilized amber oxide, and I'm just putting it on my stencil, just rubbing it on. And I'm also gonna put some. I don't know what was going on that day. Some peeled paint, I think. Oh no, let's go for Twisted Citron because that's got a little bit more of a citrus kick to it. And I'm not worried about cross-contamination or anything like that. They'll be fine. Right, so I've put some ink on there now. If I'd done it over a piece of paper, I would have had the start of another background for myself, but obviously I didn't think that far ahead. Now I've sprayed a little water on there now, and I'm going to place it on there, and then I'm going to just push that down. And we'll have a look and see what we've got. Ooh, I like that. That's really nice. Got a little air bubble on there. Now this has got a load of ink on it still. I'm not going to use it right now, but I'm going to pop it to one side. It can dry, and I can then reactivate the ink and use it to stamp again. So it won't go to waste. So I'm going to pop that to one side. Talking of popping, I've got a little bubble on here. There we go. Oh, and that's left a really interesting looking mark on there as well, which I really rather like. Now, is my heat gun plugged in? No, let me just plug that in. There we go, all plugged in. And I'm just going to dry that off. I love the patterns that are starting to come through with this. There we go. So hopefully you can see that. So we're getting a nice citrusy background now. What have I got over here that would... Sorry, I've got myself in a bit of a pickle. I seem to have a wire somewhere it shouldn't be. There we go. That's better. Right, now I want some more citrus, and I want to make it a little bit interesting. So I'm going to use a little bit of these distress spritzers, but you make sure you give them a good shake, and as per Tim's recommendation, I store mine horizontally. Now, these give quite a nice blobby kind of... I'm going to wipe the nozzle as well before I put it away. They give a really nice blobby spritz. They don't give a fine spray. Sorry, did I knock the camera then? I didn't want to make you seasick. And so I really like the effect of that. Ooh, that's nice. Likey. So I'm going to give that a little dry. Just the shimmer on the distress spritzes is quite phenomenal. I hope that I'll be able to show you properly. I don't know if it'll translate on the camera. There we go, nearly dry. Just there we go. And they will go onto any porous surface. So there's all kinds of projects they will work on. I don't know if you can... Yeah, look, you can see that. The shimmer is amazing. There we go. That's coming together nicely. So I've got that. Feel like I want to put something else on there. Ooh, yes. Now I've got these. These are Dina Wakley Media Glossy Sprays. And I was a bit foolish and didn't look after them properly. So a lot of my sprays don't work. But because I like just splatting them, that works quite well for me. And I got these ages ago. They last ages. But I've noticed now that Dina's bringing them out with droppers, which I might, because you can buy the droppers separately as well. So if you've got like me, is that correct English? I don't know. But if you have a similar situation to myself, and you've not, if for whatever reason your sprays don't work properly, you can buy the droppers separately to put on your put in your bottles, which I was very happy to see, and I will indeed I will indeed be doing that at some point. Right, and I want, this one is, I've got to remember the cheddar. I love this colour. I really love it. It's wonderfully vibrant. So I think we're looking, let me push that up a little bit for you. We're looking suitably citrus for sure. And again, I'm just blobbing. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, I like that. That's looking good. So we're really building up this background by doing different layers. That's it. Right, let me give this one a try. And again, this is another slightly different texture because the glossy is a different texture to the matte of the distress ink and the shimmer of the distress spritz. So we're creating lots of interest and using our products as well. And using our products. And we've put acrylic paint on here as well, haven't we? So it's a real nice combination of things going on. Now, I know that I said I was going to save that stencil till later, but I think I'm actually going to bring it back in now. I think it would work well to bring it in now, and I'm going to add a little bit more. Let me put this underneath. I'm going to actually add a little bit more ink to it. Like that. And there's plenty on there really, but I just wanted to make sure. I'm going to do exactly the same again. I'm going to spritz the ink on the stencil, and then I'm going to place it on here. And I'm not worried about it being in the same place as the first one because we're creating layers that are going to give us a really great depth to our page or our card or whatever you're going to do with this. Just pressing down again. Yes, I like that. And again, I'm going to save it and use it for another background. Really enjoying where this is going. Now, are we sufficiently citrus? That's the big question, isn't it? I do like that. There's a nice lot of things going on. I feel like I need a little bit more of this mango punch. So I'm going to just put that there like that. And then I'm going to take my fan brush, add a bit of water. And yeah, I really wanted that. That's definitely making me happy. Yes, that's perfect. So, and again, ordinarily, if I had some spare cardstock, I'd be dipping that in there and making another background. But because I want to just keep in the flow of this, I'm cleaning it up so I don't stick my hand in it. And there we go, let's dry that up. And then I think it's almost time to think about stamping. Okay. I think I need to check because I do not want to put my stamps down into anything wet, and particularly wet and acrylic. Right, there we go. That's the background so far, and hopefully you can catch those little bits of shimmer as well, which are really, really lovely. Right, I'm going to use my stamping platform. Just make sure, because there's a lot of layers going on and a lot of different mediums, I'm going to use my platform to try and make sure I get a good image. And then I need to decide how I want to do this. Bring that down. Oh yes, that's how I want to do it. So let me get this stamp off here, and I'm going to pop it. So I'm not doing, you're not going to get the full stamp. As long as the whale is on there, I'm happy. And let's make sure that my cardstock isn't going anywhere. And ink up this image. These images are just amazing. I'm so in love with them. I saw them, I hadn't seen them before. Leonie was doing, I think she was on Create and Craft actually. It was with Sylvia's new stamp set, which is awesome. By the way, if you haven't seen it. So she was using some of Martina's stamps with Sylvia's new collection, and I just saw them and I thought, gosh, I need those in my life. They are really, really beautiful. Mind you, I've got to say, there isn't an art inspiration stamp that I don't want. I love them all. But, right, I'm also going to, I said, with my brayer, because I've not strength in my hands, I'll often go over my stamps with my brayer just to make sure I get an even pressure. Oh, I like that. That's looking nice. I can fill in where it's sort of got that edge of the paper there. I think that looks really cool. Right, and the other one I want to stamp. Let me take that one off. How beautiful are these stamps? Oh, I love them. And there's all these little filler things as well. It's just, it's just a whole load of goodness. So, how do I want, I want that there, I think. And let's, I'm bringing the magnets down here because I don't know about you, but I have found that even when I stamp on a stamping platform, sometimes when I lift the lid up, the paper can move a bit, and that's incredibly frustrating. So I'm sort of trying different ways of making sure that that can't happen. Right, let's, oh look, I love it. I love it already. Right, where's my brayer? Oh, I'm out of the, there we go. I'll just give that a little brayering. Oh, hello, gorgeous. Right, I'm going to stamp this little whale. So I'm moving up because I realise I might be slightly out of shot. I'm going to stamp this little whale on another piece of paper or card a minute, because I'm going to cut it out and put it into place. Put it into place. Put it on there. So let's see where I need to put this little bit of card, because I've got a little scrap of card here that will be perfect for it. Right. Oh, no. Let's stamp this again, and this is a really simple shape to cut out, so I'm not worried about cutting this one out at all. I'm contemplating doing the same with the top one, just cutting that little element out, because I think it might look good. Just let's get the brayer on it, just to make sure I've applied even pressure. Oh, I've got a slight drop shadow there, but it'll be okay because I'm cutting it out, so it'll be fine. So I've got that one, and I want to get the wheel from the big one, and then I'm going to add some other little elements as well. But let's just, I don't need everything, I just want the whale. Well, that could have been annoying. Right, there we go. And let's just get that wheel. I've been seeing a lot of videos of orcas, and are they orcas or are they killer whales, or is it both the same thing? I think perhaps it's the same thing. But I've been seeing a lot of videos of them recently, and they seem to be a lot more. I don't know if they're around more, or people have cameras when they're around more. I can't decide. Right, so I've got those ready to cut out. I won't worry about that for a minute. Right, and we want some stars here. Definitely. Let's do that. And it doesn't matter if I go on top of my image, because I know I'm going to be adding a cutout on top of that, which is rather handy, isn't it? So I've got the placement. Let's go that way this time. Just adding a few more of these little elements. And I'm just wondering if there's anything else that I want to add here now. I'm going to just pop that one there. Oh, wipe my ink off there. That's it, just building up this beautiful pattern. And do I want to, I probably do. I need to put that, because that kind of joins it up nicely. And these black stars are a really nice contrast with the neon orange in the background. Oh, there we are. I like that. Now, do I want to add any other little bits? Let me have a think. There is a really nice sentiment on here, and I'm going to use that for sure. Let's think. How are we doing for time? Do you know what? I think I'm gonna leave it like that. I've got such inky fingers. I'm gonna leave it like that for a minute, because I'm going to want to put the sentiment on here as well. And the background is really quite complex, so we don't want to. Less is more, Rachel. Less is more. That's something I don't very often adhere to, that's for sure. Right, I'm just going to cut these elements out. I don't know whether you want to be on pause for that, actually, because it's not very exciting. And I have now mastered the art of pressing pause when I'm recording. Look at my grubby finger marks. Oh my goodness. Right. I'm afraid I'm going to carry on cutting out because I can't get to the computer easily to press pause. But fortunately, these shapes are very, very simple to cut out. I would ordinarily use Pink Frog, do a really nice, I think it's 160 maybe, 160 GSM, I think I'm right, a 160 GSM super smooth, and it is just perfect for cutting things out to stick down on your pages. All right, let me stick this one down and give it a little wiggle so it's lined up. There we go. Oh, I love them. I'm going to colour the stars in shortly, but I do just need to get one and cut this one out. It won't take me long because they are nice and simple. And you don't have to be super duper good at cutting out to do this either, because I certainly am not. Let's That's it. There we go, nearly there. Now I'm trying really hard because I don't want to get smudgy marks on the nice crisp white bits, because that was kind of the point of restamping them, was to be able to have some nice crisp white bits. So let's get around there. Oh, nearly done, nearly done. Thank you for your patience. There. Right, I think that'll do. That'll do, baby, that'll do. So we've got those. Last bit of glue on them. Not quite in the right place yet. There. And I'm trying I'm using the tissue because my fingers are so dirty, and I want to really try to keep the white space on those. Right, loving that. Next thing I'm going to do, let me get rid of these grubby little bits of card that I have completely grubbed up. Should really go and wash my hands. Now I'm going to just take this colour again. Oops, I don't need that much, but never mind. And then I need to take a really fine brush. I can't see it. I should have a rigger here somewhere, but I can't see it. This is quite tiny. I'm just adding, trying to gently add a little bit of that colour to the stars on the whales. But I could do with a finer brush, really. This is not a brush really for this job, but we'll use what we've got. And these stars are a little bit bigger, so it's slightly easier. It's gone awfully quiet because I'm concentrating. I do apologise. I love that. So we just put that tiny touch into the whales, and it just sort of ties them in to the background then, because we've done that. And then the other thing I want to do to tie them in to the background a bit, and I really hate wasting that paint, but I've got to move it because I will put my arm in it. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm just looking for my, where's my watercolour pencil? There we go. I'm going to take my watercolour pencil and I'm just coming round the edge. This is a Derwent Graphy Tint Midnight Black pencil. It doesn't need to be black, it could be any colour. You can add shadows in any colour. I just know that I've got this one on my desk, so that's the one I've gone for. So I'm just going around all the edges because I'm going to round this element into the background, and I'm going to do the same. Even though that there's black behind this one, I am going to do the same up here as well. I'm just coming around here. Doing exactly the same, a little bit more there, I think. There we go. Then I'm going to get my brush and go around and just spread out and blend. Oops. Spreading out and blending this watercolour pencil. And you can see doing that just makes this become part, it becomes part of the whole picture. It unifies the pieces. And just do the same up here. If I'm using pencil crayons, I'll do this as, whatever medium I'm using, I tend to do this. There we go, love that. So we've got our whales looking rather fabulous. And now, let me make sure I get the paint off the brushes. Now I want to do that sentiment on here, and I can't decide if I want to just stamp it there because I think it will fit okay, and it's really nice. Okay, let's dare to do it. I think that's the way forward. Dare to do it. And if it doesn't work, I can always stamp it on a piece of cardstock and cover it over, can't I? No, is that straight? Please be straight. Got a prayer to the gods of straight stamping. And we'll see now, won't we? Will I be stamping this again and putting it on top? No, I think that works. I think that works really well, actually. I love it. Right, I'm going to go around the edge of this just to, because I like going around the edge of things, basically. I think it's probably the appropriate. I'm going to use scorched timber because I like it. It's my new walnut stain. And as I'm going round, some of these little bits of paper are going to do that. Now, I like that because I think it adds a little something. If you don't like it, don't do it. And it's an opportunity to add a bit more glue if you think it needs doing. There we go. Love that. Let me just... Do you know, I think every electrical device I own has gone off at some point during this live. Right, so that's... Oh, lovely. That's just framed it a little bit. And then the last thing I need to do is I'm going to get some of my bleed proof white. And I'm going to get my fan brush again. And this stuff just goes forever. I don't know how long I've had this. I've had it such a long time. And it's still going strong. Just add in a little bit of splatter here and there. I love that. I quite fancy a little bit more of something though. I'm going to get some more of this white out. Okay, in my brush. And this is just a lid off something. Yeah. This is what I needed. Just adding some circles, and I want a different size. I'm just looking on my desk and grabbing lids off things. There's no real rhythm or rhyme to it. There we go. Ooh la la, I am happy with that. Right. Should we mount it up while I'm here? We could do, couldn't we? What's the time? Yeah, I've got a little 10 minutes, I can do that. So I'm just going to give that a quick dry. It's weird, I don't normally like twos of things. I like an odd number, and I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, should I put another whale on? But no, I think it's good like that. I like it like that. that works. Right, let's mount this up then. So I'm gonna get, what would that look like on there? Oh yeah, the blue works nicely with the citrus colours. I'll get the black just to have a look. Let me get some black. Where are you? There you are. Let me get a piece of black and we can have a look and see what we think, can't we? So that's on the blue, which I do quite like because it's a good colour with the citron. Now the black, oh, that's quite dramatic, isn't it? That is quite dramatic. I'm going to go with the black actually. So let's cut this. I know that's 5 by 7, so I'm just going to cut a piece of black cardstock. That's 5.5 by 7.5, and I know that will give me a nice border. These cutters don't go past 7, so I always have to guess on here. But it seems to work. So I've got my mat for my piece, and then is it going to be a card or is it going to be a journal page? It could be either. I think I'm going to turn it into a card. There we go. So again, this is Pink Frog cardstock, and it fits 5 by 7 cards really nicely. So let's do this and grab some glue. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, better not make that too recognisable actually, because I get into trouble. There you go. That's my bottom layer done. And then I'm going to pop this on here. Oh, I love it. I love it. These stamps are just so good. Let me pop that up a little bit. I think that's about straight. There we go. There. So that's my, I'm trying to catch some of the shimmer for you. But that's my citrus themed hop project for crafting together with all brands. I hope you like it. Please don't forget to click the like button if you do. And if you want to see more bits and bobs from me, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Thank you.